Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. I am your lecturer for chapter 1. My name is Nurul Hidayah binti Kamardin. So for chapter 1, the topic is matter. So this topic consists of 3 subtopics. 1.1 atoms and molecules, 1.2 mole concept, and 1.3 stoichiometry. So the first part of this subtopic is isotopic notation. For the learning outcome for the first hour, you should be able to write isotopic notation and interpret mass spectrum. Before you learn how to write isotopic notation, let's recap the structure of an atom. An atom consists of 3 subatomic particles. In the nucleus, there is proton and neutron, where proton is positively charged and neutron is neutral. And negatively charged electrons move around the nucleus. Let's recall the definition of proton number and nucleon number. Proton number, where the symbol is Z, is the number of protons in the atomic nucleus. And nucleon number, the symbol is A, is the total number of protons and neutrons in the atomic nucleus. Isotopic notation of neutral atom. Before you write isotopic notation, you should know the number of proton and nucleon number of the element. For example, an element with symbol X. So this is the symbol X. On top left hand side, write the nucleon number, where the nucleon number is the total number of proton and neutron. And on the bottom left hand side, write the proton number. P is proton number and N is number of neutron. Let's look at this example. Isotopic notation of aluminium atom. So we have Al, 27 on top and 13 at the bottom. So 13 is the proton number and 27 is the nucleon number. So the number of neutrons for this element is 27 minus 13, which is 14. So for a neutral atom, the number of proton is equals to the number of electron. Therefore, the charge is 0 and you don't have to write the charge for isotopic notation. Isotopic notation of ion. This is a general example of ion X. So this is the element symbol. On top left hand side, write the nucleon number. On the bottom left hand side, write the proton number. On top right hand side, write the charge of ions. So to find the charge of ion, just subtract number of proton with the number of remaining electrons. This is an example of isotopic notation of aluminium ion. So the proton number for aluminium is 13. The nucleon number for aluminium ion is 27. So the number of neutron is 27 minus 13, which is equals to 14. And 3 plus is the total charge of the ion. So to find the total charge of the ion, just minus the proton number with the number of remaining electrons of aluminium ion. So the answer is 3. Let's try this example together. So we have 4 different elements. Let's look at the first one. So for mercury, the proton number is 80. The number of neutron is 120 and the number of electron is 80. So let's write the isotopic notation. So for the symbol for mercury is Hg. The proton number on the bottom left hand side, and on top left hand side, write the nucleon number. So 120 plus 80 is 200. Since the number of proton is equal to the number of electron, therefore the charge is 0, so we don't have to write the charge. Look at the next example. for copper, so for this example, the isotopic notation is given. So we have to predict the number of proton, neutron, and electron. So 29 is the number of proton. Neutron. So 63 minus 29. So the answer is 34. And the number of electron is equal to the number of proton, since this isotopic notation is given in the form of atom. Let's look at the next example for oxygen. So the number of proton is 8. The number of neutron is 17 minus 8. So the answer is 9. And for the number of electrons, since the charge is 2 negative, it means that this element, this ion, has 2 more electrons than the proton number. So the number of electrons is 10. And let's look at the last one for cobalt. So the symbol for cobalt is CO. Okay, write the number of proton on bottom left hand side. Okay, write the nuclear number on top of left hand side. So 32 plus 27, the answer is 59. And let's look at the charge. Since the number of proton and electron is not the same, so it means that this is an ion. So as we can see, to find the charge, just subtract proton minus electron. So 27 minus 24. The answer is positive 3. So we write the charge as 3 positive. That's all for part 1.